Welcome back, friends. Zach here, and I'm back at it, back out on safari. It's Saturday morning here in northern New Mexico, and I'm chasing deals, trying to find all things worthy of buying to resell online for profit. And the chase today is to just try to find as many items for as cheap as I can find them. All right, gotta start my morning off. I am set to launch off of this pad. I got me some Dunkin' Donuts, so all is right in this world, but I did decide to forego the apple fritter, and as much as my intentions were there and I'm kind of hungry, that thing will put me to sleep, and so I don't want that, especially with the most important business day of the week. So let's go buy some junk. So didn't find much at the last stop. I did pick up a couple Ford F-150 emblems, and they were like the matte black, and those sell pretty good. Not a whole lot of money to be made, but regardless of what I can get out of it, it'll be an easy listing. The guy also had a very nice Honda lawnmower. He wanted a little bit too much for it, but it was in great condition. But after seeing the Honda engine, it made me think about my old work car, and I used to have a Honda Fit, which was just a little simple hatchback car, but I put nearly 300,000 miles on that vehicle before I wrecked it. I would still be driving it for my work purposes, but that point being brought up, or the point I'm trying to make, is you want to have a vehicle that's extremely dependable, that's fuel efficient and reliable, and I prefer Japanese vehicles for that reason. I actually owned a Ford F-150 EcoBoost at one time, and while it was incredibly powerful and I kind of miss having a full-size pickup, it had some issues, and I was always repairing it and always having to do upkeep on it. And it was just one of those things where I decided, after already owning a Toyota previously, that I wanted to go back to a Japanese pickup. And so I did have to downsize, but the cost of ownership is less and the dependability is there. So you just want to have a vehicle you can count on, and that's only going to help your business to thrive and keep your operating costs down. All right, so my good buddy just told me about this one, and I'm gonna come check it out. So they had some nice jeans, some good shirts, good prices. So for 15 bucks, I got this Hui hat. I got an American Fighter t-shirt. I think I captured some footage of it. And then I got some Cody James jeans, couple pairs of those. And I got some BKE jeans, couple pairs of those. And they did have a couple other pairs of Cody James jeans that were kind of stained, but I decided to go ahead and skip them. They weren't priced bad, but I just went for the ones that were the cleanest. When I first came around a table after getting some jeans that my buddy had asked the sellers to kind of stash for me, I seen a pair of Doc Marten Chelsea boots. Now they're more modern boots. They're not the vintage style leather that's so sought after, but another reseller who I know came right in and swooped them up, and she got a great deal on them. So I'm a little regretful that I didn't grab them. That doesn't happen often to me, but simple lesson learned, little humility I'm sharing with you. If you see something worth grabbing, just pick it up. And if you don't want it, you can always set it back down. But in the area I live in, there are some clothing resellers. It's not a super hyper competitive market, but once in a while that happens. So just remember, early bird gets the worm. How are you, young lady?
Good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing good.
Good. You look good.
Oh, you look better.
Thank you. I just got up.
Oh, you make it look easy. You just roll out of bed and you're ready to go, huh?
You're probably looking for men's, huh?
Yeah, just a deal.
I think these are.
All men's?
Yeah,
Okay.
men's,
Well, I
I
appreciate
think.
you sharing that.
These are like short pants. Oops.
How much on your boots?
Thank you.
15? Okay. Sir, you got 10 bucks on each of these. Would you do the 2 for 15?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good deal. I appreciate it. Let me look around. I'll pay you up. What you guys got on the Carhartt? How much?
Oh. How much for the jackets? The Carhartt jacket. $5.
I can do that. That's a good deal too. Appreciate it. How about on these?
Oh, $5.
Did you do 3?
Yeah.
Okay. You're cracking me all kinds of deals.
I know, huh? You're a first customer, so.
That's the early bird gets the worm kind of deal, huh?
You snooze, you lose.
That's true.
You may put in
Did you do 11? Okay. Awesome. All right, I always love when I can get a Carhartt jacket for $5. I thought they were gonna say 15 or 20 bucks, and pretty common Arctic style. Does have some patches, but for that price, make me some good money. In the winter months, it can get anywhere from $60 to $80 for this style, sometimes upwards of more if it's really clean and if it doesn't have the patches or outside embroidery. And then I went ahead and got the Ariat boots. I did have to pay 11 for them. He wanted 15 initially. He came down to 12. I waited a little bit, slow played it like a game of Texas Hold'em, and got him for 11. And then I did pick up the 2 Dooney and Burke purses, and he came down from 20 to 15. So got some deals. Did pay up on some of these things, but they're good brands. I'm gonna get both of these for $7 a piece here. Got some Yeezys and some Q foams. Absolutely cleaned up. I got some Yeezys, I got some Adidas Q foams, I got a Atari plug and play for $5 in great shape, had all the paddles and the joysticks, a couple pairs of North Face shorts, several pairs of Nike shorts, and a couple pair of Nike jogger fleece pants. $40 spent, and also got a Carhartt wallet. Pretty great stop. Absolutely cleaned up at that stop. Those people's prices were great. The items conditions were great. 3 really good pairs of shoes. Stoked about the Yeezys. That's a bolo, and yeah, great prices, and definitely glad my timing was there. That was an obscure little area in a great neighborhood, and one of my fellow friends, an Aztec kid from my hometown, pulled up. He's a good reseller, a good dude, but he buys a lot of the same stuff, so I'm glad that I made it there first. And again, just being on point is so imperative with this game, and trying to move fast if you're at a garage sale that's just not that good, because the next one might be that much better. So we are on to the next one. If you've made it this far, please reach out there and hit that like button. So move just right down the road. I'm at a garage sale that I purchased some stuff from last year. If I remember right, I bought like a little portable Coleman camping table. It seems like a cornhole set. I think that's what it was. She gave me a good deal on it. Doesn't look like they have but a lot of kids clothes, but they do got a little lemonade sale here. Morning, how are you? It's pretty small, but I got this for $1. It's just a Maker's Mark whiskey, a little packaged up puzzle. And then this is a special place, Maroon Bells, a beautiful set of mountains, or a mountain range up by Aspen, Colorado. That's not very far from my house. It's about 3.5 to 4 hours. And this is an older looking puzzle, but it's actually still sealed. And I just picked these up for my mom for $1 a piece. You got to take care of mom. My mom is a saint. During the day when I'm out garage selling, my mom literally will send me Facebook Marketplace posts of new garage sales that pop up, and then she also on a piece of paper hand writes the addresses and then texts them throughout the morning to just kind of help me out and keep me from looking at the phone so much. And so I just want to say both my parents have been tremendously supportive in my reselling and small business endeavor, and I love you, Mom and Dad. Funny part is they actually don't know I have this YouTube channel. Been doing it for a couple years. Recently reached the monetization cutoff. Couldn't be more proud of that, and gonna do a little video probably to surprise my parents in the near future as soon as I get that first paycheck from YouTube. So love you, Mom and Dad. How much you want for your Crown Royal flask?
How about $1?
I can handle $1 for that. I can handle that. All right, so growing up, this was our drink of choice back in high school, the clown oil, we called it. And oftentimes my friends would become clowns after drinking too much of it. I'm more of a Jameson guy into adulthood, but I really don't drink that much. But yeah, Crown, popular for $1. make some money off of it. The local post office, I needed to make a quick stop to do my due diligence and get these few packages I sold yesterday fulfilled and sent off. It's been kind of hit and miss. It is definitely the summer slowdown, but we're hoping for better as we move into August. Traditionally, the last few years I've sold online, August has been the best month for me in the summer. Not sure if that's just because it's the end of summer, people are going back to school and they're not vacationing, they're not doing yard work and spending money on other things, and maybe they're just starting to shop more. Might also be that we're moving closer to Q4, but sales have definitely been up and down, and only having 3 sales yesterday is not as good as I average. I typically get about 5 to 10, but hoping to do better today. So gonna dump these off and get back on the road. So one thing that's helped my business financially tremendously was getting to the top rated seller status within about 4.5 to 5 months of selling on eBay. Did a lot of hard work and research leading up to the start of my eBay store, and that's probably why I was able to get to that status. But I can't stress it enough, if you can get to the top rated seller position, it's gonna help you to have a lot less shipping costs through the United States Postal Service. And let's face it, if you're selling smaller stuff, that's probably who you're gonna use. I typically ship about 85 to 90% of my packages just through USPS using Ground Advantage. But the problem is that the rates continue to climb up. It's just how it is. So you want to be smart and you want to try to get that discount. Another helpful thing that I do is I ship daily. And while most of my sales contracts are set for 3 days handling time, that just gives me a little leeway in case I can't get the item out. One thing I love to do is get it out on the daily, or at least by the next day, and I get a ton of good feedback by doing that. So just those little tips like that can help you tremendously. Calvin Klein wool jacket, has the hood you can take on and off, in great condition. Got it for $4. I buy a lot of Calvin Klein. I like their clothing for myself. Used to buy a lot of it when I was in my 20s, but I couldn't pass on this jacket. It looked almost brand new. It is wool. Anytime you see a tag that says dry clean only, even if it doesn't say 100% wool, it most likely is, or it might be a blend. And so just make sure you put that on your keywords or in your title or description, and it'll just help you get more of a sale. Big part of my business metric is to stash jackets. I buy them for cheap in the summer months, and then several months later I start listing them as we go into fall, and I can sell them for a premium. I do really good on outerwear, and that's just one way I make my living. So decided to break my route. It's been a little bit slower here in town. It is late morning. My parents are at a big estate sale much closer to my house, which is about 10-12 minutes away. So I'm gonna go ahead and boogie over there. There's a lot of stuff, they said. They've been buying a few things for cheap. My parents are not super versed with like modern clothing, but the beauty of technology is you can use FaceTime. So they've been calling me the last 10-20 minutes and showing me some things, and it sounds like the prices and what is over there might be worth going to look at. And they said it's not real busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and shag that way and see if there's something worth it. So just got to an estate sale. My parents bagged up a bunch of good shoes. They said that the woman would sell a lot of these for $2 to $3. Just some good outdoor brands, some leather sandals. These are Timberlands. I'm on the fence, but got some Birks, got some Sauconys, also got some Keen and some Merrell shoes, some water sandals. So if I get these for $2 to $3 a piece, I'll probably scoop them. Columbia rain jacket. I don't buy a lot of Columbia, but I do good on outerwear. Some of their jackets that are newer, and definitely the raincoats sell pretty decent for me. They don't sell for a lot, but worth the grab for the right price. Found this Marmot quilted puffer. Gotta figure out what they want for it, but probably pick it up. All right, so just came into a haul of items for $15. Got a couple jackets, some women's shorts, this North Face bag, $5, and a whole bunch of shoes, 5 pairs of shoes. She only wanted 17. It was a killer deal, so I countered to 15, and happy with what I got. Great. I just made a second trip back in just to look over a few more things. Great deals at this estate sale. Ran into several friends, plus my parents were here, so it was just hard to get good footage, but yeah, some great finds. Kind of a cool New Mexico or Southwest Francoma set. Not interested, but very collectible for some people. Never sleep on the old abandoned shed. You never know what you might find. Might be a cool old Coleman lantern or some old rusty gold just
Didn't find much on the second run through, but actually found a duplicate jacket. I bought one of these just 10 minutes ago, and this one's actually a little bit cleaner, $1. Well, things are starting to slow down. I'm getting pretty close to the lunch hour. Really haven't bought anything since the estate sale, and I have made a few stops, but they were just smaller garage sales, so I didn't really capture any footage. I'm gonna go ahead and start to head back towards my house on the outskirts of town. There's a few garage sale signs I know are present, and hopefully maybe still score a few good items to resell online.
No, dijeron que no. Ya te cansaron.
50 cents, I can handle that, I think. What you guys got on the docks? $1? Okay, cool. How about on the kids' wrestling shoes? $1? All right, cool. Thanks for the deal.
Yeah.
No problem. Good price on those boots, especially. You guys are having a liquidation sale, huh?
Everything must go.
Yeah, I get that.
As in BOGO.
As the day goes on, later it gets cheaper. Take care, y'all. So my mom, who's just a saint's gonna be happy because I got her a lighthouse puzzle, and she loves lighthouses, and I just find puzzles for pocket change, and she burns through these things, builds like one a week. And then also great deal on some shoes, $1 on these Doc Martin boots. I'm super cool with that. And then $1 on these little Pee Wee wrestling shoes. I kill on Pee Wee wrestling shoes. They don't make me a ton of money, but they sure sell and sell consistently. What? You just ran into me, dude. Alright, so unfortunately some real life drama. I went and picked up this shelf my buddy scored for me at a garage sale today for 10 bucks. I'm driving home, I'm in a yield, and some guy riding up on my ass just hits me as I hit the yield. Totally his fault. He needs to slow down, and then on top of it he acts like he's gonna drive off. Fortunately I jumped out, got his license plate, and thank God 2 Farmington cops pulled up right behind me, saved the day. Grateful for that. Here's a little close-up of the damage, but fortunately after getting home everything did seem to work out, and it could have been a whole lot worse. I'm always trying to look at things like that. Looks like the bumper's damaged, but my tailgate is coming down and going back up. There's no real paint loss anywhere, and so it just looks like the bumper needs exchanged out. The police did cite the gentleman for riding too close, and he did admit he was in the wrong, so we'll just let insurance take hold and we'll go from there. Kids, here's the haul. Today I spent right around $140, give or take a few bucks, and I bought 43 items if my count is correct. And when you break that down per item, I spent roughly $3.25. It's a good blend of some different shoes, a couple winter jackets, some lightweight jackets, a pair of sandals, some Yeezys. I got a whole bunch of Nike running shorts with funky prints. I got a couple pair of North Face shorts. I got a few pairs of women's shorts that are new with tag on, and I also got a North Face backpack, and all these items, including some 2 Dooney and Burke purses I didn't have to pay a whole lot for. So all these items are gonna make my money back. They're brands that I'm super familiar with, brands I'm comfortable reselling, and brands I've sold in the past. I'm gonna skip an individual haul today because I was in a motor vehicle accident and I've been working since 4 this morning. So fortunately I have a medical background and I know what to do after getting a little bit of whiplash, and it's not all that bad, but I'm gonna put some ice on my neck intermittently throughout the evening and probably into tomorrow. I'm gonna take some ibuprofen and I'm just gonna rest. And so I'm grateful for that knowledge and my past background. And that being said, always a lesson to be learned when something goes wrong. And if you don't learn that lesson, well, you're a victim to not learning the lesson. And so the good part of today, despite getting in the car wreck, is it does look like the individual was cited. It won't be my fault. Hopefully I have no real hiccup getting my bumper replaced and repaired. And you know, if there's any silver lining, any lesson to be had in this circumstance, it's a little bit too hard to find that right now. It would probably just be that I'm not hurt any worse than I am, and I'm probably definitely gonna wake up with some soreness tomorrow. But again, things could be so much worse. Today was a great day sourcing. I'm happy with everything I found, so I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. As always, if you like this video, please hit like, make a comment, or please subscribe.